Tiger parenting. A lot of people in Asia prescribe to it, but does it work? I'm Deborah. Joining me now is Dr. Ken Ginsburg. He's a specialist in adolescent medicine, joining us here in Hong Kong. Good to see you, Ken.
Nice to be here.
Okay, that pressure parenting, telling your kids you have to get all A's, do it, does it work?
No. What we have to remember is what we're trying to achieve is we're trying to have our kids become successful, high achievers, not perfectionists. If we make them believe that they have to be perfect at everything, that will undermine long-term success. It will interfere with their creativity, with their ability to take constructive criticism. It will interfere with their ability to be resilient. So they might perform really well now, maybe even get into the best colleges, but the question is, who will they be in their 20s? I look at my children, I have two 18-year-olds, or I look at children out there and I'm seeing 35-year-olds. It's 35-year-olds who are going to change our world.
Okay, but people like Amy Chua would say to you, well, if your kids get good grades, it gives them a sense of confidence, which will actually enable their success later on. But you're saying, no, that's not true.
We shouldn't say that I'm suggesting I don't want kids to get good grades. I also want kids to get good grades, but I don't want kids to feel like they have to be perfect at everything. Human beings are uneven. Super successful people are people who are fabulous at something and who do other things for fun. And when we make kids think they have to be good at absolutely everything, we're not letting them polish their spikes. If they don't polish their spikes, they're going to perform, but like automatons. They're going to get into top schools, but the creative genius within kids will actually be shut down.
Okay, and I know we all struggle with this. I certainly do with my preteen to teen kids. So what's the right formula? I mean, is there the do's and don'ts? What should we be doing and what should we absolutely not be doing in terms of setting expectation and guiding our kids towards their potential?
What we should be doing is loving them unconditionally. We know there's an enormous amount of research on resilience and how to make it so kids can thrive in varying circumstances. We need to love them unconditionally, meaning we love who they are, not what they produce. And we hold them to high expectations. But high expectations is about effort. We want them to work hard, we want them to think, we want them to put in the very greatest effort. But it is not about grades. People are uneven. And when we raise our kids to believe that they cannot make any mistakes because they have to do well across the board, kids don't actually know what they're best at. Instead, we promote effort and then pay attention to the results.
Okay, well, I know with my kids, sometimes they just say, well, I'm just not that interested in it. So it's really hard to do well. But it's a fact of life that, you know, you have to do all the subjects in high school. They don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. So should we accept that the subjects they're really not that interested, a C's okay?
Here's what I want. I want kids to put in great effort in every subject. If they don't have to work very hard at something, but the grade comes really easily, congratulations, but that's not your career, because it's not your spike. Suppose they work really hard and they find something super interesting and they want to learn even more, that's their career. Suppose they work very hard, but they're not very good at it, but they think it's really interesting, that's their hobby in life. Suppose they work very hard and they can't figure it out. High school is the time to know enough to be able to be a well-rounded individual. But if we make that person think that even at something that they're not naturally gifted at, they have to do well and perfect at, then they will have incredible anxiety. And that will take away from the energy they need to figure out where their contribution's really going to be.
Okay, so in today's pressure cooker world, I mean, you obviously talk to a number of students, a number of parents. What's the number one mistake that parents are making today?
Believing that kids have to be good at absolutely everything and not letting them make mistakes. Childhood and adolescence is the time to make mistakes because they can fall down and learn how to rise under our watchful eyes. It's what helps us grow. It's what helps us succeed in the workplace.
And as the saying goes, the greatest successes come out of failure, right?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, thanks very much, Dr. Ken Ginsburg, for joining me.
My pleasure.